Alright guys, so wow, this week around is kind of crazy. So first of all, they gave us I want to say the narrative C-Packs gotta be one of the most recently released standard unit for JP, and we already have it on global. But I would definitely say, as bad as this standard unit may be for global wise, I think it's pretty decent given what it's worth. But we'll talk about a little bit more about this unit in just a bit. What stands out this week around is actually this one. I think this is either our second or first time getting a rerun banner, and they're actually featuring this one. So we got Easy 8. So I know a lot of people actually missed out Easy 8 or they did not summon for it because back then the rumor was going that the critical does not work. Summoning for that unit at that point in time was kind of like a waste because you can't really utilize its full capacity. So now that this unit has rerun, and the critical reward has been done, and a lot of people are like, gosh, I definitely missed out. So what happens now? um let's say me personally, if I'm the player, I did not summon for it initially, and given how promising this unit is, like I don't care. I'm gonna go for this unit because I know that this support unit is going to help out in some form of content tremendously. So for me, if like right now, literally speaking, if I don't have this, I'm gonna go for it. I don't really care if the limited banner unit is gonna be the O. I don't care. I will say I want this unit, but even though I literally say that, but if I were you guys, I would definitely still save at least a little bit. Don't drown yourself into like 30k into this banner or 60k into this banner if you don't get it. I'll do kind of like a quick one or two or even at most three multi summons, and if you don't get it, dip. Don't even try to chase it because at the end of the day, this unit is already in like the standard banner. So realistically speaking, you can't get off the tickets. So I would say if you can't get it by any means, don't forcibly chase it. It's not gonna end well because that's just gonna crash your account. So I don't want you guys to do that. And the other units in here, I mean, what do we have in here? Oh wow. I mean, none of them are particularly like outstanding. I mean, like you got Shards of God, pretty good. Obviously, like Gang is good, right? The O equivalently, those are limited unit. But if next week we are actually getting the purple DO, a lot of these units are not going to be fairly good in arena anymore. All right. For general content, sure, every one of these units are still gonna serve in some form or fashion, like a good way. But we are leaping forward into just getting a lot of these like crazy powerhouse units. So even if you don't get a lot of these, I wouldn't say you guys are missing out. It just means that you guys are moving forward a little bit faster rather than focusing on the older stuff. So there you guys have it. So at most three multi. If you don't get it, don't go back into it because I feel like at that point in time, there's just no means to go back into it. It's a lost cause at that point in time. But jumping back into the Phoenix banner or the narrative C-Packs banner. I want to say I want to classify this unit similar to the GAT that we got like a few months ago. I'm pretty sure you guys what I mean by GAT. It's gonna be this unit right over here. Similar fashion. Um, this one right over here. This guy right here. This guy, yeah, GAT. Similar fashion. It's one of those newer typings where you immediately have some damage reduction, so that's kind of cool and all. But start from the top. To one enemy unit, you are dealing that much EX damage, so that's pretty much standard stuff. But for 20 seconds, you apply jamming status to Psycho Frame units, so that's cool because like all your unicorns, like all your new Gundams, Sasabis, those are Psycho Frame units, so those get jamming status. I know a lot of people still do ask what jamming status actually do. It just means that the enemy has a chance to actually do zero damage or close to one. So jamming status, take it as you will, just some sort of like status where it's gonna benefit some other unit that can get extra buffing or extra damage when they have the status applied to enemy. By no means is not really great in any circumstances because to me personally, from what I have seen on JP, I have unit that has jamming status apply, but they don't really do what they intended to do. So it's kind of whatever at this point in time. The other two unit that we have just on in no, there's only one on-demand unit that has jamming status would be Dag Dog. So that unit does have it when you attack, so it's good because like a lot of these jamming status of application they are via EXQ, and this one is probably the highest timer possible, 20 seconds at EXQ level 5. But typically speaking, we see things like roughly about 10 seconds from the green perfectibility that we already have. So it's cool and all, but I would say majority of the kit does revolve around having jamming status and the fact that cycle frame unit they are fairly common, but I wouldn't say to the full extent they don't run the game. So I don't know where they're going with this at all because like this unit is kind of like it's good for a single target specifically. When you're talking about multi enemy, like this unit becomes kind of like a letdown because you obviously cannot apply jamming status to everyone. So yes, it's not particularly that great. But single enemy, this unit is gonna do solid. Multi-target enemy, not really. That means it's not gonna be good for arena. It's not gonna be good for like total war. It's not gonna be good for like battle rush or anything unless everyone is cycle frame units, then you're good. But other than that, no, you still have to apply the jamming status, so my bad. On skill 1, you have your typical that we saw from some of the other units. This one is cool. You have extra HP, damage reduction, and then increased beam. So skill 1 is kind of like your basic Mew combo. You just have these three. Depending on the unit you're talking about, they either jump from accuracy or something else. But this one, we have max HP, so it's not too terrible. Increased damage cap by up to 400,000, so that's pretty respectable on jamming status. Instantly get up to 120% damage, so that's pretty good. And you have damage mitigation, so you add this to that, you are up to 147. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty decent actually. So if you are in a perfect situation, you are targeting a unit that you can apply the jamming status into, then you're good. Yeah, because you do have to, they have to be cycle frame type. If not, you can't even proc to that. So it is kind of like an unfortunate factor. Typical low up, you have your beam rifle, beam saber, and then the strong attack it is the beam rifle. So you do have that, plentiful of the unit category. So you shouldn't really have any problems like finding good substitute pilot for whatever reason you're not going for Jona. So that's that. But I mean, given how restrictive this unit is, and you cannot always guarantee you're going to be getting cycle frame type enemy, so this unit is a hit or miss. It's not going to be it's just not going to be strong in every possible situation. So just a complete letdown. So this is one of those units you put it on the side, have it collect dust, and whenever you see new type enemies, or not new type enemies, cycle frame enemies, you bring it back up. So if you guys are asking me, do I go for this unit? Definitely a big no. And let's take a look at Jona. Oh, you look at that face. This face, they got this from SD. What is it? Battle? Yeah, SD Battle Alliance. Yeah, so they got that image from there. So it's horrendous. They did my boy messed up. I can't believe that. But anyways, in terms of what we are working with here, we have a lot. So for purple and generic, you're getting outright up to 74% ring sense. So pretty good. That is actually pretty respectable. So we will, or no, 76, my bad. And then protagonist, another 38. This one is tough to proctor on a lot of unit because this one is specifically for Fennec Hunt. But for any unit that has that, you're getting up to 120% stackable. And for cycle frame, yes, that's pretty common for a lot of units. So that's good. So in total, 240 and new type killer. Okay. Well, yeah. So it's not gonna work on a lot of unit. It's probably gonna work on like Pale Riders, like Total Readers, for example. Those are gonna work, but those unit you do have to use external unit, meaning a secondary unit to apply jamming. So it's not self-sufficient. So, but if you do have that, you do have an extra 84% accuracy or 82. So it's pretty nice, actually, pretty nice. But um, I mean, I feel like Yona is actually regardless if we're talking about proctoring everything, like he is a good pilot regardless because these three right there are so common. You are immediately getting up to 100% range sense regardless. And for cycle frame, you know, it could work on future unicorns. Like specifically, I am targeting the purple unicorn perfectibility NTD. That one is a purple, that one is a generic, that one's a protagonist, and that one is also a cycle frame type, and these will work as well. So Yona is definitely not a bust. Yona is definitely a pretty good pilot to go for. It needed to be, but I will not advise you guys to summon for it because next week we do have the O. But I am just expressing, this pilot is good. It's not bad. If I were realistically trying to summon for something, like it gotta be him. He has everything you will need for specifically for unit that does a lot of like range attack. It's gonna be good. Unit itself, I definitely have my concerns. I definitely have my doubts about this unit, so that's why I am not recommending it to people. I didn't even go with a transcendent skill, but it's your basic combo, so I didn't even feel like I need to cover it. But yeah, just a bait, a really good bait banner by any means to trying to have people summon for it because next week if they are actually bringing out the O, a lot of people gonna need their diamonds in hand to summon for that. But other than that, that's gonna be it for me, and I will be catching you guys all on the next one.